number of discussions with the government. And things are not the way they should be. We are deeply concerned about the failure of the government in responding to this challenge of dealing with the pandemic. What has happened now? The virus has spread to the interior, into the rural areas. There is complete abandonment of the protocol required to be followed by the government. The various measures which are required to be put in place by the government in the rural areas to contain the pandemic, to save lives, and to dislocate the chain of transmission, and to the extent possible to prevent the possibility of another new mutant emerging, new variant emerging. You cannot rule out emerging of new variant from any part of the country, any part of the world. But the way the lack of focus and lack of priority of this government has left the pandemic to shape its own way, or giving the virus a free right of way. Virus is going everywhere. They have given complete right of way to the virus. We don't know where the virus is now. Virus is striking at will. During this spread of the virus, when active cases are on, simultaneously also vaccination program is on. Now people are somehow, I think, the whole vaccine resistance is developing. And I have tried to be analytical why there are this trend of vaccine resistance emerging from the different parts of the state. Now one thing is that, see, you look at scientifically. If a person is already in the active stage of a disease, do we vaccinate him? Do we vaccinate him? You ask the doctors. You ask other doctors, not Dr. Mukul, because Dr. Mukul is saying this. Because one lady rang me up, and I saw her phone in silent mode. Luckily, I could talk to her and say, "Sir, I want to talk to you." I said, "What happened?" "No, this vaccination is going on in the village, and only 2 of us are left. Now we want to ask you whether we should take the vaccine or not." I said, "Why? Take the vaccine." "No, sir, I'm having fever. But these people are forcing me to take vaccine." So, "Are you having fever?" "Yes, sir, 2 of us are having fever." So the villagers, everybody, we have mobilized, we have assisted them. But 2 of us, since we are having fever, we don't want to take the vaccine. But they are asking us, pressurizing us to take vaccine. So we wanted to know from you, what do we do? So I told them, and tell the vaccinators also, to come back after you have all recovered from fever. And ask them also for coming back to do the COVID test. This is the thing. That means proper hand holding has not been done to those teams who are going for vaccination. So there is a confusion. Then another guy rings me up, saying that, "Sir, I don't want to take vaccine. But, this vaccination is going on." I asked him, "Why you don't want to take vaccine?" "No, my neighbor has, after taking the vaccine, developed this complication." See, there is an advisory required to be given to everyone who is taking vaccine. The do's and don'ts after vaccination. It is not there. After vaccination, if the villagers go and then do strenuous physical activity because of hard work in the field, he will suddenly develop some complication. So these are few things. And another thing is that if the vaccination is being given in a person who is already infected, the person will have problem. There will be exacerbation of symptoms. Then there will be misinterpretation that complication is because of vaccine. But the fact is that the person must have been already in an active stage of the disease after having contracted the virus. Therefore, when vaccination is given without asking the patients, okay, do you have any sign, symptom of any disease, this and that, well, that is the usual expected line. No homework. No homework. That's why these unnecessary complications are coming up. And these complications are creating this narrative, negative narrative against vaccination, therefore the vaccine resistance. We have to undo it. It's the job of the government. Under their command, whatever authorities are there, they must utilize them to reach out to the people. Tell the people, this is the likely scene. If anybody is having any fever or any reason to believe that he is having any disease, they should tell us and we should advise them accordingly. Have a medical checkup simultaneously. Now there is no more health checkup for the general patient because I checked up, I visited some of the PHCs. One of the PHC, I saw the result of the test. The medical health workers have tested positive. Looked at the contact tracing. The next day, the contact tracing confines to only 10 people. Is it enough? So I tried to find out. Why only 10? Sir, limited manpower. The same lab technician who is responsible for testing other medical tests, investigations and all for general patients, the same person is being replaced. So no support given to the district authorities in respect of fund. No fund has been given or rather placed with the concerned district authorities to engage extra manpower. When pandemic is today not showing sign of flattening, is it not necessary for the government to take cognizance of this problem? They have given up and left it to the people. It's completely unbecoming of a government when they have notified this COVID-19 pandemic as a national disaster. During the national disaster, they have that kind of attitude, chalta hai attitude. Leaving it up to the people. So this is completely, again, because of lack of sensitivity of this government and lack of commitment to resolve issues, to protect the interests of the people, to save lives, to minimize the sufferings of the people. Last meeting, which was held, after the meeting you were briefed. In the meeting we talked about number of deaths which could have been brought down because many of the patients actually died even before reaching hospital. We didn't have, except the ordinary ambulance. During this kind of pandemic, when patient has to be referred from one center to another, who is already in life support system, high flow oxygen, transferring the patient, referring the patient in ordinary ambulance. Patient died. That means many precious lives which could have been saved have not been possible to be saved only because government has not bothered. Till now that ALS ambulance, which they promised on that day, on the meeting that was convened, remember that platform created by the meeting convened by the Honorable Speaker. Didn't the Chief Minister talk about that ALS ambulance? Where is that ALS ambulance? They told us that maybe 2 weeks. Kahan hai? They lied to us. They lied to the people of the state. Talking to the press means he is promising to the people of the state. This is the audacity of this government. So, less safe, the better. But I must ask the government to pull up its socks, live up to their expected line of response to a given situation, and do justice to the chair that they are holding.